So last night I took us on a walk. I led us to this we actually went to a boat ramp and we were looking at rocks and skipping rocks.
Jen did pretty good skipping rocks. I think she beat us all.
Thank you.
Then we went over to the swing set.
Where Jen challenged me to a race, and I didn't. She ended up beating me. I didn't really.
Delaney beat you also.
Okay. And then we did the
Everyone
setup
beat
and
Raymond.
takedown of the
Luno bed.
Luno bed. This is sped up, so it don't take too much time. It's like 40 seconds for this, and I think 20 seconds to take it down. But somebody asked in the comments about how do we get a third person in the camper, and I thought, well, I'm going to show them how we do it. And this is a setup and takedown. And last night you actually saw how she slept in it the day before.
And it's very easy to set up and take down. This was my second time doing it, and I was able to do it completely on my own.
And the hardest part was, I believe, was trying to get the fitted sheet to go around the thing. Now this is taking it all down. The little vacuum comes with it. It rolls up into a little bag. It fits right into the storage in the camper easily.
And actually, she fit the sheets in there too.
Yeah, she put the sheets in the bag now, so all that's set there.
The trick is to roll it up, not fold it.
Right.
That makes it fit a lot better.
And you let that little vacuum pump suck all the air out. And then we're today.
This is little Scooter sitting at our campsite. We went into Concrete, Washington, and learned all about the concrete history of the town.
And the reason.
And it was because there's 3 different dams, and it's very interesting why they had all this concrete. But anyway, that is the floor of one of the houses from one of the concrete factories.
From 1914, I believe.
Yes,
right?
1914. Yep.
And yes.
There's some facts about one of the rivers. And there's just some artifacts they found on the property.
They actually have a dig going, digging stuff up around that, still going.
Right.
Oh, wow.
What's she calling? What's it called?
I missed that.
Clacker.
No, I mean the dig where they do it for geological, historical stuff.
These are the storage things that the cement was stored in.
Right.
This is just a cool picture of stairs.
Yeah. And of course they stored it there, and it went to the dams they were building. And they had a overhead conveyor that they carried the concrete to the dams as they were building them. But they said every time it hit a jar, it dropped concrete on people's houses or cars or whatever. So they decided to change that.
That was the clanker, whatever that charcoal stuff was that they had.
The limestone and clay, I believe. Yes. Yeah.
There's a snail we saw, and had such a bright yellow shell.
They all had very bright shells. Even these ones are interesting to look at. They have the black stripes.
These two were canoodling, making little snails.
Making little baby snails.
And they told us to go to the salmon viewing. They actually catch the salmon in the river. They have a little catch net just below a little waterfall that they create, and it keeps the salmon from having a high enough place to jump to get up. And then they bust the fish to the other side of the dam.
Yep.
Using a fish elevator.
Yes, that was kind of funny.
And then we went into the town of Concrete.
And that's about the size of it.
That's about the size of it. And then the flea market, or the swap meet, was half the size of town.
And it was a swap meet. Then we went over to Bird's View dinner, and I had read that it was the top 25 burgers in the state, so we decided to go there, and it looked kind of run down, but it was really good food.
It was real good. They had a beer garden to the side. If you was a beer drinker, it'd been a place to go. And then we hit a hike. This place was which one?
Rasser State Park. It's not too far from the campground, and it kind of reminded me and Raymond of the Hall of Mosses. A lot of moss, some big trees. Just an interesting walk. This is a salmon berry. You'll see a little more about that later. We saw that was a huge banana slug.
We also learned the reason why they differ in color, and it has to do with their diet and the moisture in the environment. It's very interesting.
Yes, and that's just Raymond taking pictures of us. And
here's Jen and Delaney trying to figure out, are we going to eat this?
This is my little salmon berry. I already ate one before Delaney did, but I'm going to eat another one just because. strawberry, and leaf.
Strawberry and leaf. And I'm the one who's going to take them to the hospital in case they need it.
Yeah, we're fine.
Adventure.
All right. And then we're walking along and we see I call it a bear track.
No.
Delaney and I both believe it's a beaver track.
Yep.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Uh-huh. And this is just the Skagit River as we walked along it.
That's that green river that if you get up above it more, it actually turns bluish.
Yeah.
Kind of a grayish blue.
We got to see it along the entire hike just about at Razor State Park.
Right.
We actually walked on the sand/rocks down by the water for a good stretch of time.
And they tried to skip some rocks again.
Yeah. That was not successful. We did see some people fishing for salmon. He said he hadn't caught anything, but that's okay.
We also saw lots of green rocks. They were very colorful rocks down there.
Yep. I don't know what we're doing down there.
We saw a boat.
Y'all ran.
Oh, that was the one we ran after the boat.
Yep.
They heard something going down the river. There's a road just across the river, and they finally figured out that was a boat went down the river instead of a car on the other side.
Right. There you can see a lot of the rock that was on the side.
But it was a beautiful place to go. This open field, and you did see other animals. Oh, I took it out of the photos. We did run across bear scat.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought it was. We actually talked to a ranger later, showed him the pictures. He said, yes, you saw a bear scat.
He said they've been looking at that same picture, I guess, from several different people.
All day.
Yeah, or a couple of days.
Actually, it's about 50 foot behind where we're standing right there.
The view both ways around that field was beautiful. There's
then,
Raymond's buddy.
Yeah.
Not my buddy.
It was a little garter snake.
That's me running the other way.
It was just a little garter snake. No big deal. But this is this hike opened up into this field, and it was just like, oh, okay. And obviously they mow around a perimeter around so you can see the wildflowers and stuff.
And that's the trail. That's the trail they got marked.
Yep.
We didn't see any elk.
Or any signs of elk.
Or deer.
We did think we might have heard one in the next state park we went to.
Again, it's just a field of flowers.
Yep, there's a little chipmunk Delaney found.
Yeah. We actually saw like 3.
That's true.
I think.
Yeah.
And what are these?
I don't know if we ever looked up what those were, but I don't think they were edible. That's us researching more.
Jen and Delaney trying to figure out, is this something I can eat?
It's a good thing we had
you could have ate the rabbit if you wanted it.
Wait a minute. You want to eat
little
bunny foo-foo?
Then we went to Rockport State Park.
Yes.
Just right across from our campground, actually.
Yeah.
This one is an old growth forest. It's very, very, as you can see, that was what our hike looked like the majority of the way.
Yep. And these trees were crisscross. It was kind of funky.
I thought Jen looked like a giant spider legs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beginning of the trail, actually.
Yeah. It was this one was a mile and a half?
We went
that one was 3 miles.
3 miles, that's right.
Yep.
And that's one of the root balls there that Delaney wanted to see, show you how big it was.
It was ginormous. I can't.
We saw some big trees, and I thought it was redwoods.
And Delaney found a golden egg in the nook of this tree.
And the park ranger told us that it's from Easter time. A local ice cream shop did a thing where if you found the golden egg, you got a free scoop of ice cream. But unfortunately, it's way past Easter.
And there was nothing in the egg.
Nothing in the egg.
It's very disappointing.
This was a real good day. 2 hikes. We logged how many miles? 7?
Almost 5.
5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
Felt like more than that. And again, beautiful scenery, big trees. We thought they were redwoods, but it found out that it wasn't. It's fir.
But redwoods and fir actually get confused quite a bit.
And then this is basically the end of the day.
Yep.
And we'll see you tomorrow. If you enjoyed our video, please select the subscribe and the like button below. To get to our next video, select one of the tabs. Comments are always welcome.